Be advised, the opinions and views of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of StyleRPA, the newest place for real,
personal,
and all that style. I'm Amanda.
I'm Nicole.
I'm Ria.
And I'm Philip Abadisho.
And
Hi,
welcome
guys.
to our show.
Another episode.
Hi guys, it's nice to see you guys again.
Yep.
We took a break for the Holy Week.
But we're back now. So
Where were you?
I was at home resting.
Where were you, Nicole?
Yeah, I was at home too. Well, everyone was in Bora and everywhere else.
I just slept the whole time in Tagaytay, so that's all what we needed to rest.
What about you,
Exactly.
Ria? Where did you go?
I actually also spent one night lang in Tagaytay, but yeah, that was
Oh, I
good
didn't
enough.
see you.
Yes, with my family. But anyway, now we're back to work, and StyleRPA has not fallen behind on the latest lifestyle news. So, what's been on StyleRPA this week?
Amanda featured. I was with her when we did the feature on Villa Cafe.
Yes. So it's a restaurant owned by Chef Saudel Rosario and Chef Jam Melchor.
Yeah.
So it's Filipino food, Kapampangan food basically, and it's pretty good. They have really interesting dishes. They have boneless crispy pata
With
which is-
kare-kare
with
sauce.
kare-kare sauce, but it was really
Kare
good.
kare sauce.
Exactly.
It's the food that they grew up with, authentic Kapampangan cuisine, and they brought it now here in Manila from Angeles.
We should definitely check that place out. I'm gonna go
Yes,
check
and
that place
Imelda
out myself.
Marcos has dined with them, so
That's very
you should all check it
interesting.
out.
I also read Nicole's article on Leroy New.
I did. I went to a photo shoot. What Leroy did was he usually does sculptures, right? And we all know that he did design for Lady Gaga, her dress for Mary the Night. But this time he wanted to do something different. So instead of something like something physical that you can see in front of you or that you can touch, his new project is actually like an image. So he did all of these like funky things, like outfits made out of sawdust,
So
with
he-
people covered in latex.
He calls this like wearable art,
art.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, but he did make everything, and it's all wearable art. But he wanted the emphasis to be really on the image. So the photo itself is actually like a really important thing.
So it's more like wearable art installations.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
maybe.
So let's not forget that Leroy New is going to be our second, his
Real
real
style.
stylishness recipient. Sometime in May in 7th High. We'll let
Yes.
you know, and please come and party with
Support
us.
the event.
Her real stylishness was actually Ashley Kayuka.
For
Yes.
fashion.
For
So I also
fashion.
read Ria's article on Zara's summer
Yes, summer collection. So we did this really nice, fresh editorial on young summer fashion featuring Zara's 2012 collection. So there's a lot of, new tips to pick up on from that editorial. So you guys should definitely check that out.
And we'd like to thank Pan Pacific Hotel
Yes,
for being so
very
accommodating.
accommodating, and everybody's so nice, and the place was great. So that was a really great shoot.
And I know that for events, yesterday, Friday, we featured the launch of Jayco Donuts and Coffee. So I know Ramon Fagar, our our producer, attended that, and he featured it. So that's a rundown of all the things that we have on StyleRPA.com. You can go online and check us out regularly. We have a lot in store for you. So what about lifestyle news? Go,
Yes.
Nicole.
Well, while we were all on vacation, of course, everything else in the metro was still happening. So, one thing, well, of course, we celebrate, the whole Philippines celebrated Holy Week. And we actually found out that there was a woman who actually nailed herself to the cross
Oh my!
Wow.
during
Wow.
Holy Week in Bulacan. So,
Was she the first woman to do that?
I think
Well, it's the first time hearing of
Yeah,
a woman.
yeah, of a
Yes,
woman,
she
because
is.
I think it's pretty common for other men to flagellate themselves and crucify themselves, but this time it's a woman. So she's actually one of
Wow.
20 women who did this in Bulacan.
That's
What I saw
this
was the
whole
woman who took a picture of her. There
Oh,
was a picture of
yeah.
that woman on the cross
Yeah.
posing, and the Catholic bishops
It's
were.
been circulating around the internet,
The internet,
especially
Yes, I
on
have seen
Facebook.
those
And there's been a
pictures.
couple, not only a woman, there are actually a bunch of tourists doing that, posting on the cross, and there have been a lot of negative reactions to that on the internet.
So what does the church say about all of these things? Like,
Well, the church actually does not approve of it
Yes.
because they know that, I mean, they have this whole belief that, well, it's really not necessary. But they don't encourage this. But of course, they don't, condemn people who do this because for some people, maybe it's really their way of showing their faith.
Yeah, it's respecting the cross.
Right. So also, a survey also said that the Filipinos are among the least rude in the world.
And the most rude are the French.
Well, I guess we can really say that the Filipinos are not rude. Very accommodating, very hospitable.
Yeah, we've actually prided ourselves in being very hospitable. When you study
I think-
like Philippine culture, everyone's always like, we're
And I think we
hospitable.
like to be surrounded by foreigners.
Yes. So just like you said, we like to be surrounded by foreigners. This survey was conducted on tourists, so we're the least rude to tourists.
So the rudest nations you mentioned was France. It was followed by Russia and the United Kingdom. This is according to a survey conducted by Skyscanner.
Well, meanwhile, on the entertainment, aspect of
Circuit.
everything, did you guys know that the Lady Gaga concert is confirmed? So Lady Gaga will be here again
I'm so excited.
in Manila. So tickets are going to be available soon.
Because I missed the first time she came over, so
Are
now
you a
I
big
have.
fan?
I'm a fan, but not
Yeah.
big. I'm a fan of Madonna.
Of course.
So
Well, our producer
that is
Ramon
my.
is very thrilled because
But
he's a
Madonna's
big
on my
fan.
bucket list. But I will definitely make sure that we watch Lady Gaga.
Do you have a ticket already?
No, but I hope we can go to the press con. That's even better.
Yes,
I would
that's
love that.
true.
That
That's true.
means
be
we get it for
interesting.
free.
So actually, the rumors were because she is going to be the first performer in the new arena in Manila by the Mall of Asia.
Yeah, but
right?
what's it called? The
The
Mall
S-
of Asia
I think the
Arena,
SM
SM Arena.
Right.
So is that going to be like the end of the other dome?
No, I
there's
don't
going
think
to be
so. But maybe it'll be the end of the open field. Because the
Yeah.
concerts used to be in the open
Probably.
field. And the rumors were that it would be Madonna that would do the opening concert there. But, well, it's Lady Gaga. so-
You guys should already get your tickets. My mom bought her tickets yesterday.
Wow.
And she told me the tickets are already running out. The first 9 rows in front
Okay,
are already all sold
so we don't
out.
have to bring you with us to the press con.
Well, my mom didn't buy me tickets, so you have to bring me. And the press con
Okay.
is much better than just,
Exactly.
watching
Yes.
it in front.
Now, moving on, what about these Filipino dancers in the Kyoto Art Center residency?
There are 2 Filipino dancers. Kyoto Art Center has this artist in residence program. So they chose actually 2 Filipino dancers. They're Mia Cabalfin and Rosam Prudenciado. They're Filipino dancers, so they're going to be able to take part in all of these Kyoto art activities like lectures and workshops and other performances, of course, with other Japanese
Well,
artists.
Yes.
congratulations to
Congratulations.
them.
Congratulations.
We're proud, of course.
Filipino pride. So, have you guys heard about the Chinese teen who sold kidney for an iPhone? So
Wow.
yeah, 5 people indicted in central China for illegal organ trading because of this. So the negative effects.
I've heard of many Indians who sell their organs,
It's really wild.
but to save their families for.
But this is for
But
But
this
this is
is
for
for
an
an
iPhone.
hasn't come to
They
this.
should have just got. Maybe if they went to like the Changge, in several places in Metro Manila, they would get an iPhone for much less.
Yeah, but I think this is really, indicative of what technology has done in consumerism, how deep consumerism has gone, especially with our generation.
Yes.
But do you remember when we were younger? We didn't have these things.
Yeah,
And
we only had, like trumpos and
and
stuff.
dolls. I mean,
Yeah.
our childhood was a lot simpler, but it was
Simpler,
also
definitely
still
simpler.
very happy. So
Okay, so that's the lifestyle news we have for this week. But I'm wondering if we're going to show the pictures from our last event, from the Ashley Kayuka fashion show.
Yes, we actually, like I mentioned a while ago, the first her real
There's
stylist award.
Ashley
There we go. That's
with Ramon.
Ashley.
That's our
Very,
producer.
Very sizzling in her own.
That is the
And
designer.
Tangerine, and
Yes.
there are some guests of ours who attended our event at Society Lounge. That's her mom. Thanks, Society Lounge. Thanks,
Yes,
Patrice.
it was a very good event. It was a good
so
turnout.
here, so it was it was a sizzling night because we had a bikini fashion.
Who's the
show.
name? Who's the DJ?
This is DJ Axe.
Yeah,
So, he played music throughout the night.
and that's Earl, our arts and culture head, and
That's you.
video editor
Really?
Alan there in the center.
Yes, and so Ria, Nicole, and I actually hosted it.
Yes.
And we also wore beautiful dresses by Ashley Kayuka.
Yeah.
Very pleasurable event.
Very daring dresses as well.
But very
Now
beautiful
back to
dresses.
us.
So anyway, so we like to greet people.
Yes,
For
but
their
thanks for having me here again. I'm part of the Lifestyle News. I'm Philip, and I'll see you again next week.
All right.
Yes.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks,
Nice to see you
Philip.
again.
All right. So for our
Birthdays.
birthdays,
This week.
uh,
So
we have-
who are our celebrants this week? Of course, actually, just last April 11,
11.
our very own Philip Abadisho celebrated his birthday. So you
Yes.
guys might want to say belated happy birthday. And then April 14, Zoraida Amelia Alonzo, the Outstanding Women in the Nation's Service awardee, or former DTI Undersecretary.
and Princess Nell, she's an actress, celebrated her birthday April 14, and along with Diana Zubiri, April 15, and PBB favorite. Oh well,
Dar-
she's no longer tied to PBB. She's made her own name. Kim
the
Chu.
showbiz darling Kim.
Who also shares a birthday with former President Joseph Ejerceno Estrada. Who knew, right? So up next,
Our next guest is actually the Design and Home section head of StyleRPA.
Yes.
Let's welcome Mr. Ricky
Ricky
David.
David.
Hello.
Hi, Ricky.
Hi. Hello,
Pleasure to
ladies.
have you on our show. So,
Hello, Ricky. So can you tell us a little bit about what we can find on StyleRPA's home and
Oh,
design
Style RPA, we have a lot to feature in the design business. We do a lot of products, product features, what's new in the building construction business. We do interiors, and then we feature architectural projects, and a lot of these we get from our friends, our architect and interior design friends.
so you really have to be in the loop to
in
know
the loop.
about these
Yes,
things,
correct.
right?
Yes.
So what are the best establishments that you have seen lately?
Well, a lot of the
new?
design, I think local design is based more of in commercial design right now. You have restaurants, we have this, all these new stores. They're really very beautiful. One of them is like Romulo Cafe.
Oh,
No, one in
I've heard of
Quezon
that.
City. They opened a second branch in Makati. We featured the Makati branch, and it's really beautiful. They have topiaries, I think, inspired by our topiaries here.
Maybe.
Maybe we should head there after this. So should all head out
Yeah,
there.
and wonderful. It's like dining inside a garden.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So this
Yeah.
picture that we're showing now,
Oh, these are the a condo unit with I think this is the hotel, Picasso Hotel
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
in
Is this in
Makati,
Southside
which
of
has
Village?
which has
Yeah.
a gallery and a hotel.
I've actually visited that place once, and I found it really very modern, but at the same time very cozy. So
Yes, and it was a conversion. It was actually a condominium building converted to a
very recent.
hotel. Yes. Oh, then what we have here, this is Ethan Allen with our new collection.
all right. So for all of that, just check out stylerpa.com.
Yes, please do. The design and home section, we are out every Saturday, and watch out for new features.
Yes.
Yes.
So what can you say are like the latest in interior design trends?
Oh, a lot to do with what is natural, a lot of shapes, a lot of texture, a lot of like a more neutral palette, but all put together in a very modern and minimalist way.
That's right.
Do you foresee like any trends that are gonna come up in the next seasons?
Well, going to the FAME trade fair, they came out with a few trends, and one of them is a tribal.
Tribal.
Yeah, so a lot of texture, a lot of natural materials, and then a lot of craft. They're reviving our local crafts, but using it in designs that are modern and new.
So it's very more daring kind of approach to design and home.
So you yourself, you're an interior designer.
Yes.
So what is do you have a design aesthetic?
Oh yes. Well, I like for me it's something that I like something that's classic and timeless, but mixed with a little modern. But it all has to fit into the lifestyle of the client so that the design works.
All right. So we got it from Mr. Ricky David. So
All right. So for everything, for all the pictures that you've seen, for everything we've discussed, and basically everything design and home, check out the design and home section on StyleRPA. And new articles come out every Saturday.
Yes.
See you. We'll take a short break.
yes, and we'll be back in a bit.
Okay.
Welcome back to StyleRPA. So, have you ever wondered who are the people behind StyleRPA's gorgeous photos? Well, the people who know how to work the magic behind the lens are with us today. Shutter Space is a photographer's haven and is specifically designed for high-end professional photography. Please welcome Jason Kiblan.
Welcome
Hello,
to our
Jason.
show.
Hi, Jason. Hello again.
Good afternoon.
Nice to see you.
Yes, so we were wondering, you only opened Shutter Space last year, right? But
Last
you've
year.
already been so successful. So how did, can you tell us more about the history? How did you think of opening a studio?
Well, it all started with my photography career, and then when I decided to, I kept on renting studios. Instead of renting studios, I decided to put my own up. And when I saw this space, I decided I can make it bigger than what I originally intended it to be, and I can start renting it out to people. So what happened was, since I'm also a photographer, I was able to design a studio that other photographers would feel very comfortable using. So that's the main difference from other studios that are just converted units. This is a real built from the ground up studio.
So what makes Shutter Space a great photography studio? Like, tell us how, for those who don't know, tell us the facilities, what it looks like.
For one, it's huge. For a studio here in Manila, it's pretty big. It's
It's true.
1,500 square feet, and we've got a huge window, which is something no other studio has. We have 400 square feet of windows, so you can shoot available light. And we've got great equipment. We have.
There we go.
There you
can
go.
see it on the screen.
We don't use. We use pro-grade equipment like ProPhoto and Creative Light and Bowen. So, a photographer who's worth his salt would know what these equipment mean. So.
And you've also, in a previous conversation, you've told me that it was built from the ground up to be a studio. It's not a converted space.
Yeah, it's not. So you have 20-foot high ceilings, a nice cyclorama that lets you shoot into infinity. So.
Did you encounter like any difficulties while you were putting up Shutter Space?
Well, I was fortunate enough to find a place that was really raw, and there was really nothing there before we moved in. So essentially we were able to do whatever we want, and the place provided for that.
Okay.
So Shutterspace is a really great place for photographers. It's really a photographer's studio.
Yeah.
So, like, speaking, what kinds of people do you enjoy working with or working for?
Well, yeah, you always like working with clients who let you play with what you're thinking, what you plan to do, not too strict on the concepts. You know, preferably you work with people who hire you for your style of photography, not because they want you to do exactly what they think they want to do. So I guess that's a main difference.
So what are you proudest of that Shutterspace Studios has accomplished?
Well, so far we've been very happy since I know most of the other photography studio owners, and somehow Shutterspace within the space of a year has already started generating a lot of waves in the community. We've had big photographers both locally and internationally working in the studio, and actually a lot of the photographers who worked abroad and studied abroad compare the studio with other studios abroad, like in the US and New York, and that's really good for us.
So, have any renowned Filipino photographer shot in
Yeah,
Shutterspace?
well, he's not really Filipino, but Tom Epperson shoots there.
Wow.
Hiroshima works there sometimes. Doc Marlon shoots there. Jeta Blanco shoots there.
Wow.
Ronnie Salvacion shoots there.
And Jason Kiblan, of
I shoot
course.
there.
Big names
Yeah, yeah.
in the industry.
So do you have any dream, like as a photographer and as the owner of Shutterspace, do you have any dream projects, dream clients?
Well, one of the reasons why I put up Shutterspace is so I can eventually stop working commercially. I want to be working on the stuff I want to be working on. So I hopefully in the near future I don't have to worry about making money out of photography and just shooting what I want to shoot, which is really like portraits of interesting people. That's what I really want to do.
All right. So you're a photographer yourself. Can you tell us a little bit about your kind of photography?
Well, my commercial work is really more on glamour photos. My biggest line is flawless, and it's usually the endorsers that I photograph. Although I also, because of the way I was trained, I'm also very comfortable shooting food, products. So there. But it's really now, at this point, it's really more about glamour photographs.
So you actually have like in-house photographers, right,
Yeah,
that we've worked with. I was wondering, what kinds of photographers are you looking for to kind of absorb into Shutterspace?
Yeah, well, we started this internship program last November. And what we were looking for were really, there's so many photographers out there.
Yes.
Very few people are actually trained. I mean, some of them have the photographer side that is good, but you have to have, photography is also a technical craft.
You have to sharpen your
there,
technical skills.
aside from the artistic component, you have to know how to operate your gear, how to.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we started this internship program to help aspiring photographers get that kind of training and exposure to the industry. Now, you wouldn't get in fun shoots or just shooting your friends, right? So, well, if you're asking what we're looking for people who are really serious about their photography and who really want to be pro photographers, not just weekend shooters. So, we have another batch coming in this May.
Oh.
So hopefully
That's a good way to spend the summer for
it is.
aspiring photographers.
And we always find ways for them to be shooting. I mean, with the work with RPA, right? I mean, you don't really get opportunities like that if you're just an amateur shooting with your friends. Right?
And based on our experience, you've trained your photographers well.
Well, yeah,
Well,
but
yes.
from the very beginning, we really chose people who already had the eye. So what we really did was just expose them to studio work, how to operate equipment, and introduce them to people they might work with. So it's really that, giving more opportunities to photographers.
Yes, and if you guys want to see any of their works, just check out StyleRPA.com.
Yes.
Again, and we've got so much by the people from Shutterspace.
You've actually done like a lot of kinds of photography for us, from food to people and to events. Actually, Shutterspace is our photo
Sponsor.
And of course,
sponsor
for fashion too, right?
For fashion. For our upcoming event, our Leroy knew when we present Leroy New with his
His
Real
Real
Stylishness
Stylishness.
Award in 7th High. That'll be coming up next month. So, can you tell me a little bit about how different, like event photography is from fashion photography and food
Yeah, I
photography?
get asked that a lot. I have a lot of friends who get married and ask me, hey, can you
Yeah,
do
yeah.
What I tell them is, look, photography, it has different kinds of photography requires different kinds of people. I definitely can't do wedding photography because I tend to enjoy the solemnity
wedding.
of the wedding and I end up getting teary-eyed, so take me away from that,
is it
right?
true that when you're like a wedding photographer, you really have to be like, you have to be aware of everything that's going on?
Well,
and-
yeah, because what the thing is, event photography is a moment photography. So you really have to catch those moments.
So you really have to have
Yeah.
an eye for
And you
all of those
can't be
moments.
bashful about walking up to people.
Yeah,
and,
can I take your picture?
yeah,
just
and
kinda have to
being
go
right
for
there
it.
for the first kiss,
And for a person that gets into the weddings, you might miss the moment.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I don't really do that personally. Although Shutter Space Studios has photography partners outside of the interns who do weddings. Although for events we can do that with the interns. So, but for weddings, I prefer partnering up with people who really know their stuff.
Alright.
So your favorite is really glamour photography.
Well, anything that deals with people, and as long as I tend to shoot in a controlled environment. So, put me in a studio, put me in location, let me put up my lights, let me set up. That's the way I am.
Would you say you like fashion more or beauty shots? or-
Well, looking at how you're dressed and how I am dressed, obviously I'm not a fashion guy. I prefer to be behind the camera. But it's really more of, for me, my photography is really more about emotions and the light. So I'm not really. I think I know what looks good, but I can't say I'm on the cutting edge of fashion. So.
Alright. So, does Shutter Space have any future projects lined up that we
Well,
should
yeah,
be watching
we're
out
starting
for?
to open up monthly basic photography workshops, as well as additional advanced workshops for photographers. And then we're also offering new services like portraiture photography, so where you can walk in, have your portraits taken professionally. It's not like those old school studio portraits, but really edgy. And what we're trying to do is give our clients experience of being in a fashion shoot. So you go home with photos that you'd see in magazines. So if you need, if you want us to provide a stylist for you, a makeup artist, we can provide all
So the
that.
photographer is also provided.
Of course, yes.
But for budding photographers and established photographers, you can also come in and set up
Yes.
all the equipment and
Yeah.
shoot whatever you like.
Yeah, actually, right now, Shutter Space is hosting a couple of video shoots. Lately, we've been getting video shoots like music videos.
Wow.
So we had like Piolo Pascual the other day. So it's fun actually.
So definitely you guys can see top-notch services from Shutter Space
Yeah, for
Studios. So how can people get in touch with Shutter Space Studios for anything, internships, services, and all that?
We have a website. It's www.shutterspacestudios.com.
Okay.
And then we have Facebook, Shutter Space Studios. Our landline is 738-2271. And that's it.
So it's located in.
It's located in 175 City Gold Plaza, Katipunan Avenue, Quezon City. It's on the 3rd floor.
Alright, so for all your photography needs, whether you want to practice, if you're a budding photographer and you want to practice, or
You want to learn?
you want to get your picture taken,
Yes.
just head on over to Shutter Space, and Jason and his lovely staff will figure out everything for you.
All right. So there we go. Thank you for
Thank you very
guesting
much,
on our
guys.
show. It was a
See you in the
pleasure.
studio soon.
Yes, definitely.
Thanks
We'll
so
be shooting
much,
our next
Jason.
tutorial.
Alright, so we'll be back on Style RPA, the only place for real
Personal
and all that style.
guys, welcome back to Style RPA, only place for real personal, all that style. So our next guest is one of the top Asian fashion designers, and also was the first Filipino to win the international creatures, the I have no idea how to speak
Young International
but Young
Designers
International Designers
Competition.
Competition held in Paris in 1994, and the ASEAN Young Designers Competition held in Singapore in 1990 featured hot couture designers of the world and in Best of the Philippines as one of the best designers in the Philippines. He's also a member of the Board of Directors, Fashion and Design Council of the Philippines, or FDCP, and he's a fashion columnist and editor for multiple publications and a radio show host as well. So let's all welcome Mr. Frederick Peralta on our show.
Good evening.
Hi,
Thank you
Frederick.
for
It's a
guessing
very
here.
long list of achievements.
And I'm sure
No,
there's more. I'm
That's
sure
through the
there's,
years.
I'm sure there's still a lot more that
It's
we
gonna
probably
accumulate,
missed.
yes.
And there will be more to come. We're
Yes.
sure. Yes.
We'll never stop.
That's
That's-
true.
All right.
Fighting
so
power.
What are you up to now? I mean, what are you working on now? You have shows or a new line?
Well, right now, I'm working in a collaboration with a painter. We're having a show this May at New World Hotel. It's an interpretation of my works and his work on a canvas and then actual fabrications.
Are you allowed to know who the painter is?
It's Dominic. I just forgot his family name.
Okay.
But,
Dominic.
Dominic is a very famous painter.
All right. So,
We know that you had a very colorful life before you finally became one of the top fashion designers in the country, working different odd jobs. So can you tell us what that was like? How did you come to being a fashion designer, a big one that you are now?
Well, I was an in-house designer for a jeans company before. It's a Kerry Jeans and Chancellor 9000. I handled tailorings, and then I was an apprentice to a designer who's Greg Centeno, who's top on his line during his heydays, and I became a representative to some competitions, local and abroad.
So were you always in the line of fashion? Did you
No,
work other
actually-
jobs before jumping into the fashion industry?
No, when I entered fashion, I was already in my last year in foreign service.
foreign
yes.
service.
It's like a completely different
It's a different
field.
field, but I service foreigners with designs also. And then, as a matter of fact, this vehicle of mine brought me to a lot of places, and you can only think of positive things and beautiful ones because you're creating something for a beautification of a person.
So you're also known for making bridal wear. So why did you choose to specialize in that specific?
You know, when
kind of
you're
fashion?
young, you're so aggressive. You try to experiment on where you're leading to, and then when I came to a point where I have to specialize on something, so I concentrated more on weddings, and then until now I do a lot of weddings here and international.
So what would your favorite be? Like the design? Do you like bridal best of all?
Well, in shows kasi, in a fashion show, you always showcase your creativity in different aspects. Like, you have avant-garde designs, you also have couture, and the bridal. I also have swimwear lines for that matter. So, me as a designer, I try to evolve in different aspects of designing. Like, I also have bedding lines in all shoe mart outlets, and I also design cakes.
Oh,
For Red Ribbon.
So you're
and-
very multifaceted.
And I also have a line of tissue napkins.
Wow.
It's Softy by Frederick Peralta.
So how did you come to do all of these things? Because there's so much.
Well, as time passes, they discover maybe my talent in creating something for clothing and housewares. As a matter of fact, I'm coming up with my shoe lines next year.
Wow, lots of different things to look out for. So maybe we can bring out your models, Rodina and HP, so we can look at actually
Showcase
some of your
work.
work. So can we call on our
Rodina.
models?
Yeah.
Rodina.
Okay, Rodina Luzpo is wearing a crumpled lame in silver tone.
Wow.
It's
gorgeous,
like a
gorgeous dress.
dress, but it becomes a gown, and then accentuated with a sash. It's a very relaxed feel. Either it's for a wedding or a gala event. It's
very
it's an optional.
sophisticated.
It's conventional outfit you can wear.
Rodina, do you feel relaxed?
And the makeup is done by Jude Cabardo, who's one of the top in his field.
Very, very beautiful.
Fabulous,
Thank you.
fabulous dress.
She looks like she's ready to go to the Met Gala or
I know.
something. All right, so next is you also design menswear.
Yes, I
So
do.
our model HP.
H.P. Pereras is wearing a linen suit in silver tone, in a black, matched with a black pants and an olive shirt.
I really like how, because when guys go to formal events, it's usually black or white.
Yeah.
And I like that this is a lot more colorful
You have to be,
without looking tacky.
yeah, you have to be playful with your outfit. You don't
Yes.
have to be standard, as in stereotype of dressing.
But he still looks very classy.
Yes, he
Yes.
does. So even the inner shirt, did you make it as well?
Yes, yes.
All right, thank you, HP.
You guys can pick up a few tips from Frederick
Yes,
Peralta.
and Rodina and HP are actually coming back.
Yes, and
we-
they're wearing another outfit.
Yes. So let's go back to you. You have a line of couture beddings.
Yeah, like you talked about,
Yes.
it's carried in all SM homes. It's for Canadian.
Yes,
I believe
Canadian.
by Frederick Peralta. So can you tell us how
different
it is? I mean, you're designing for people and then you're designing for beds. I mean, how is
No,
that so?
it's like creating something for your own private sanctuary. Like if you wanna sleep on your bed, you want your linen to be class A or
Yes.
class B. I was able to discover the necessity for a designer to create something more fashionable in terms of bedding lines also. So my arrangement with Canadian is that they provide me all the fabrication and I check on the fabrics and then we order and then I redesign whatever is the existing fabric and then voila, it's a good design now.
So like you said, you design like you have softy and as well as your beddings. So and of course the clothes
And
So-
the cake.
and the cakes. So what would you say is your design aesthetic?
Well, my design aesthetic has to be, for clothing, it has to be comfortable and wearable. And you always have to think that, and look at the client as a canvas that she can only wear or he can only wear good clothing. As the aesthetic design is like parang, not more on the details, but more on the fit and the colorization of the outfit.
The silhouette.
Yes, the silhouette. Because there are clothes which are for evening and clothes for daytime and clothes for occasions. Like you can just wear a t-shirt in a formal event. So, you always advise the clients on what to wear on a certain event or a certain time.
All right. So let's bring out again Rodina.
And we will see your whole aesthetic in this outfit.
She's wearing something totally different now.
Yes.
Absolutely gorgeous. I love this
Okay.
number.
Rodina is wearing a brocade cape jacket. And then when she removes it,
Wow.
it brings out a very
Look
sexy
at the
silhouette
back.
I
of
love
a
the
jersey cowl back neckline, which actually anybody can wear.
drama. Yeah.
And it
Even
actually
you
looks-
can wear that.
Well, if I were tall enough, maybe I would love to wear that. I'd need to wear maybe like 7
It's very
inch
basic actually.
heels.
You can accessorize it with a jewelry or shawl or like a cape, the one that she's
I
wearing.
like that she looks very comfortable also.
Yes.
Yes, it seems like a
Especially
very
because of
comfortable
the
dress.
fabric as well.
So where do you see her going in this
Well,
outfit?
for this, she can attend a wedding or watch a gala show.
I think the jacket is very versatile as well.
Yes, you can wear. As a matter of fact, can I borrow this one? You can even wear a jeans with this.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You can wear
And
with-
make it
You can
more
spruce
relaxed.
it up.
Yes.
Your casual
you.
outfit and then make it more.
All right.
And I think if you went to like a formal event, you could totally last and not feel uncomfortable and
Yes.
want to change out right away.
And I love the subtle sexiness of the back. While everything was covered up, the back.
Yes. That's the accent.
Yes,
Our back.
beautiful.
All right,
And
let's
then
bring out
here,
HP.
HP is wearing a houndstooth
Ooh, I love this
coat
jacket.
with red piping over a black and a white staple shirt.
All right. I love that the little hint of red.
And then actually it's a linen fabric also. Because here I always advise guys to wear linen so that it will be more comfortable than wearing a cashmere because
Also, yeah,
our weather is unpredictable.
Yes.
Very Upper East Side, I like.
Almost very Chuck Bass. for
All
me.
right. So that's not the last of Rodina and HP. They're still coming back out.
Yes.
So, who have been your favorite clients so far, or who have you dressed that you love?
You mean international or?
Ooh, well,
International first and then
Okay.
local.
Actually.
For international, I had the chance to. I was chosen to dress up and design something for the legendary, the late Michael Jackson.
wow.
During his
You
concert.
can't argue with that.
During his concert here in Manila.
Yes.
What did you make for him?
I made a jacket, but he wants me to do the pattern, revise the pattern of his jacket also.
Wow.
And then I created about 5 or 6 jackets that he brought with him. And then Orive, the hair and makeup stylist, was very famous in Europe. And then all the stars here actually, I've been dressing them up for like Don Sueta,
These beautiful,
Lucy Torres when
beautiful
she did the
ladies.
commercial when she met
all the beautiful women.
Richard Gomez.
Wow.
And then a lot of teleserye. I've been dressing up the big scenes like weddings or debuts.
Oh.
And then I was even part of the Magkaribal.
Yes,
the
the
teleserye.
guys
that one.
Yes.
But we also hear that you've been in a movie.
Oh, yes. Last year I had a indie film which was shown all over the world.
Wow.
And then it was shown also locally here. But there's no DVD copy yet because it's still running. And it was an experience for me because they gave me a good role. The story I cannot tell because
We're just gonna have to watch out.
your
Yeah,
mind
so-
will play
All
naughty.
Okay.
All right. But I mean, that just shows that you keep pushing your creativity. You
Anyway,
keep pushing yourself to try new things.
I'm so blessed with all this trust they've been giving me because the opportunity knocks on you and you need to experience this
That's
while you're
true.
young and trying to explore things. And then it's good also for the business because you get the mileage and at the same time it's about networking,
Yes.
which is good for the business.
Alright. So what do you find the most fulfilling? I mean, what's your favorite thing to do? Is it dressing up people or, doing the cakes or...
Of course, the most fulfilling is my bread and butter, which is actually designing clothes. And I never stop, learning. Usually, I try to discover also what's my capacity can go on with things like exploring fabrications and patterns. There's a lot of designers whom I admire also with their works and
Who are your inspirations in the industry? Or?
in the industry. Well, I love Inosato.
course.
He's very intelligent when it comes to designing. Then it's Lucico, Georgie Loren. These are my contemporaries. And then the younger generation of designers whom does apprenticeship on me also. I'm so happy that they're coming up with their own shops already.
Wow.
Wow. So, as promised, we have
Our
more.
third set of outfits.
Yes, so
Okay,
Rodina.
Rodina is wearing
This is beautiful.
a
What?
jersey power knit
So beautiful. Is this a
Grecian,
wedding
looks
dress?
like a
Grecian-inspired dress. It can be a wedding gown or a long gown in an event. If you
Right,
really want to
for the
make a if
Oscars.
you really want to make a drama or a grand entrance.
I like It's where
So-
Is it the way that
It's
falls?
the sleeves is fully sequined, and even the waistband, and then it's draped on the upper bodies, and then the skirt flows.
Yes, it's
Flows
beautiful.
beautifully.
Yes. And then she has a drape at the back. Okay, there it goes.
Oh, wow.
So
It's a secret.
if you want a wedding, which is like resort wedding or an instant wedding, you don't have to
Shotgun
bring,
wedding.
big volume gowns.
Yes.
You can have this. You can just pack it in a small bag.
It's so elegant.
All right.
No need to iron.
Yes.
Yes, it's beautiful. Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Rodina. And we have HP again for our last
then-
piece of
And
menswear.
then HP is wearing a brocade jacket in linen also.
It's floral.
I see
Yes.
the roses.
And then a white shirt with a bow tie. It can be a groom's outfit or an evening outfit also.
Yes,
Is it embroidered? The
No,
roses?
it's a brocade
It's a
fabric.
fabric.
It's a fabric already.
right. So even though the fabric, there are roses, it's floral. It's the whole thing. It's still manly to me. I
Yes.
think.
And it's very
And it's very stylish.
sophisticated.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you
Thank
to our
you.
beautiful and handsome models. So, any advice for aspiring young designers out there?
For young designers, basically, we've passed through that also, that stage, wherein you should not be disillusioned by the grandeur of fashion. Think of this career as a business to be formalized and to be serious with, because you're dealing with trust of people who who comes to your advice and gets your consultation ideas. So they have to be really serious when they enter fashion. It's not an easy task, but there's a lot of mess behind the glamour thing. It's not easy to create clothes, but you really have to think of the anatomy of a person, the character, the lifestyle. These are factors you have to consider when you're designing. Well, I passed through that stage, so now I'm in a mature stage of designing. So all I can think of is the return of investment.
Of course, when you've come to the stage where you are now with your
Yes.
career, you can definitely reap the benefits.
That's true.
So, what can your followers? What's next for you? Like, what does everybody have to watch out for?
Well, I'll still be doing a lot of wedding fashion shows.
All right.
And then shows local and abroad, because I do showcase my collections also in different countries,
Very
just to prove that
international.
Filipinos are very creative, and we're so very proud that even if we have limited resources, we can create so much, and you can be proud of the Filipino designers.
So can you tell our viewers where they can reach you if they want to contact you to design something for them?
Well, if they want to have clothes made, they can contact me with my cell number, 0917-845-5117, or they can reach me in my shop at 2021 MH Del Pilar, Malate, Manila, and at Tomas Morato, at 308 Tomas Morato Street, Quezon City.
Right.
All right, we'd like to thank you so much.
Thank you
For
for
our
wearing my
outfit.
creation.
Yes,
outfits
our
today.
fabulous
You gave
outfits.
justice to my,
Oh, thank you.
my
We
creations.
love
Thank
these
you so
dresses.
much.
And also, in behalf of Mr. Philip Abadicio, thank you to Banana Republic for his lovely outfit today.
And for our hair and makeup from Edgar Soriano.
Soriano.
And for
And
that
for-
of the models, we'd like to thank Jude Cabardo.
Cabardo.
Yes. So there we have it. That is today's Style RPA episode, and thank you for guesting on our show. It was a pleasure and an honor
It's
to
an
have you
honor.
here.
It's an honor.
And don't forget to check out our website, StyleRPA.com. Follow us on Twitter at StyleRPA and like us on Facebook at StyleRPA
Yes.
as well.
And watch us here again next Saturday night, the only place for real
Personal.
And all that style.